Hello, my name is Anne, and this is Toby, and this is episode 90 of a Tobyknits podcast, all about the knitting. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm a Brit living in Canada. I've been here, oh my gosh, almost 40 years now, I think, and speak with my Canadian accent. Just so you know, because I am from Liverpool and you wouldn't be able to understand me. Well, at least my husband doesn't, so that's the most important thing, right? I have to be able to communicate with him. And so I put out 3 videos a week. This is my new schedule for 2022. Mondays are knitting, Wednesdays is floss tube, and Friday is quilty fun. So depending on which one you like, hop on those days and view, give me a like, subscribe if you can. It'd be nice to get my viewer ratings up, or whatever you call that thing, but so long as you just come back and watch, I don't care. So let's get on with today. Toby and I just went for a walk, and it is raining. I actually think it's freezing rain, and you can see the old cow's legs are coming out here. My gosh. But and he's wet, and he wants up on my lap. Oh, Toby. I did dry him, but he'll sit behind me and just sleep. So let's get going. Oh my goodness, I have so much to tell you. So this week we got a bit of snow, and then it went super cold, and I mean -17 cold when you were going to bed. So you can imagine what it was like during the day. It's supposed to come where it's only -4 today, but they say there's a big cold snap. So one of the guys told me that when I was walking Toby, he said that there's a big freeze coming or something, deep freeze for the next 2 weeks. So he was taking in all his blow up people from outside his house. My grandson will be destroyed because we took ours down, and he arrives the other day and he's like, "Ho-ho." I said, "No, Papa took Ho-ho down, you know. He's gone away now for the winter. He'll be back." You know, so, and every time we look out the window, "Ho-ho, Papa." "Yeah, Papa took Ho-ho down," you know. But the man across the street hadn't taken his down. So he's always pointing to that Ho-ho now. Well, of course, now that Ho-ho's gone. So it'll be a bit of a mess for a while. And and we actually, oh my gosh, funniest thing ever. We took him skating last night to the little local rink, outdoor rink that we have in the village. So my son and daughter-in-law came over, and Tristan, and we had supper, and then we took him to the rink, and it was the first time they'd put him on these like little cheese cutter things. They fit to his actual little winter boot, and they've got like 2 little blades, and oh my God, it was so fun. I'll put a picture. Oh, it was so fun watching him skating, because it just reminded me so much of when his dad, my son, was that age, and we took him out for the very first time on a pair of cheese cutters. And I think he was a little bit older though. I mean, Tristan's only 20 months old or something, but I thought he did really well. And so that was a lot of fun. And then I watched my son take a lap or 2 by himself when we were getting Tristan undressed and stuff. And oh, it was so nice to watch my son skate. He's the most beautiful skater. When he played hockey, and he had this little skip as he started to go really fast. Oh, and I saw the little skip, and I was like, oh my God, it reminded me back when he was in bantam and midget hockey, and I miss those days. But anyway, you know, they have to grow up, right? So that's what we were up to this week. It is Sunday today, the 9th of December, and this will get uploaded tomorrow. So what have I been working on? I did not do much on my Starlight Wishes sock. I actually decided I'm going to leave that and just concentrate on getting Bob's sock finished, because the way I do my crafting these days is Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday night I cross stitch. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturday I knit. And Sundays I decide what I feel like doing is what I do. And during the day, when I don't have my grandson, which is Tuesdays and Thursdays and the weekend, I quilt. So here is where I'm up to now on my husband's sock. So this is Thomasina by Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. And I think I was about here. I hadn't got very far last week, and I only managed to do this much. Typically sock knitting used to be my in the car knitting, but because we don't go anywhere, so that's why I've decided that on Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm going to evenings I'm going to work on this so that I can at least get it finished. I only have about another inch to go before I start the heel flap, so I'm pretty sure next week my goal is to do, or this week is to do the finish that, get to the heel flap, do the heel flap and turn. So that's my plan for this. And the yarn I got in Nova Scotia, which is why I wanted to give it to my husband, because our other son now lives in Nova Scotia. When we were down there, I picked this up, and it's a hand-dyed yarn from a local dyer. So that's my sock knitting. Shawlology, which is living in my Craft House Magic bag, I'm loving this so much. It's a shame that I only work on it on Saturdays because I just love it. I'm at the part now, I'm on the last final part of the clue. If you don't know what Shawlology is, it started in October, and every week in October Stephen West released a new part of the shawl, and it was a mystery. So if I can try to unravel my needles here, I will show you. There's that many holes in this thing, on purpose holes, that so that was clue 1. I hope you can see that. I can't see you. Hi! Oh, look, I look like one of those dancers. So anyway, that is clue 1. Clue 2 was the this part here and this part, and then clue 3 was brioche, which I haven't really done before, and I actually quite enjoyed it. It wasn't as scary as I thought it was going to be. And then these funny looking twisty things, and then clue 4, which is our last clue, is this gorgeous stripy border. And last week I had just got this bit done when I was chatting to you, and look how much I've got done. I love it. So we alternate the 5 colors we've used, and I went from lightest to darkest, and we have to do that all the way around the shawl till we get here. But the beauty is, as we're going, we're binding off with an I-cord binding. So I love that when I get to the end, it will be finished. So I'm really loving this. It's a lot of fun to make. It's one of those that you start knowing full well you'll never keep up with the clues, just because you have so many other things that you're working on at the same time. So that I'm loving. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about was one of my crafty friends on YouTube. Her name is Davina, and she is Little Workroom Crafts. She did a Vlogmas over Christmas, And I love watching her Vlogmas. She's so funny. Oh my goodness. She's always laughing at herself. It's hilarious. And then you start laughing and you're thinking, why am I laughing? But she got some advents from friends, and she opened a new color each day, and of a mini. I don't know if it was a 10-gram mini or what, but they weren't the ones that you normally get. Her friends made them for her. And so she started making a mitred square blanket with a mini, and every day she would sew this mini, the color she got, as a mitred square, and keep going. And she decided, because she enjoyed doing that so much, that she wanted to do a square every day. Now that's a little bit too much for me, but I thought it would be fun to do a mitred square every week. And I've been tossing the idea, do I do it based on the weather and pick certain colors to represent? Today was a snowy day, so an icy blue color for the freezing rain, and you know, sunny day, do I put, so I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that, or just use some minis that I have left over from other projects and just get rid of them. Then another one of my crafty friends on Facebook, YouTube, is Ellie Jones from Craft House Magic, and she just came up with, she dyes yarn, and she dyed some for Advent, and her Advent yarns, she designed a chart. She did one last year, which I did. I didn't do it this year, but I bought the pattern. And it's a triangle mitred square. No, okay, that's ridiculous. It's not a mitred square, but it looks like it's a triangle. And I made one up yesterday just to see what it was like, and I love it. It is super cute and use hardly any yarn, and you use 3 pointed needles to do it. Oh my gosh, it's the easiest pattern to follow. I'll link to her pattern below. I absolutely love it. So she also does a yarn collection that she puts out, and I think they're called something to do with cassette. I forget. I'll put a link to that too. And every month she releases 5 new colors. So I thought, I'm going to make this. And the way she has her pattern designed, you can add to any side of this to make your next triangle, and you can make it a mitred. No, why have I got that on the brain? You can make it a hexagon shape with your colors, or you can just do stripes, whatever you want. Like, there's a couple of options she gives you in the pattern, and I thought it would be really fun to make up the 5 colors that she sends plus a white to make up this hexagon shape, flower type thing, and then find another color to do almost like a background, so make it look like it's, and then I'll be able to see each month what our colors had been. So I thought that was a great idea. So I think I'm going to do that. I got to figure out how I'm going to lay them all out, but I wanted to try one to see if I could do it, and I love it. So then I thought, okay, so then what I'll do is maybe I'll take the leftover and make an actual mitred square, because I'm pretty sure there'll be enough to do both, and do one a week. So that's what I thought I would do. Now, here are some mitred squares I did last year, and it could have been the year before. I think it was the year before. And these had been minis I got in an Advent, and I made a bunch of them up in blocks, and I was going to put them all together like this with some, and this is another Kay Jones pattern. She actually does 9 or 10 of these in a block, but I only did 4 because I didn't think I'd have enough yarn. But now I don't know if I want to do that. Now I'm thinking I might unpick the white and somehow use these blocks to start the mitred blanket. because these were from an advent from 2 years ago I did with Legacy Fiber Arts. So I had a lot of thinking to do about those unwinded squares, and Davina, it's your fault because you've got me thinking about them. So anyway, that's it for knitting this week. I hope you've enjoyed it. And oh my gosh, my 10 minutes just turned into 15. I'm so sorry I talk too much. Anyway, have a wonderful, wonderful week. I'll see you next Monday for knitting or Wednesday for cross stitch. Bye.